Americas are the American dream, and that's exactly why we do this show.
A special episode featuring products all made in America.
How cool is that?
That's cool. In the tank, entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their business.
Jim, come in. Come on.
All right, down one. If the Sharks hear a great idea,
Hallelujah,
they'll invest their own money.
I like it. I'm in.
And fight each other for a deal.
I will give you exactly what you came in asking for.
do we have a deal?
Wait.
Okay, I'll make you an offer.
Wait.
No. Shut up, Scooby-Doo.
You know what, Barb? You want to go in with me?
I'm gonna go in alone. And you know what? I'll do it at 15%.
I'll do it at 15%.
Whoa.
Who are the Sharks? They're self-made business experts worth billions. Kevin O'Leary is a shrewd venture capitalist who made his fortune selling a children's educational company for over $4 billion. Barbara Corcoran went from waiting tables in Manhattan to building the city's premier $2 billion real estate empire. Robert Herjavec, son of an immigrant factory worker, founded one of the world's preeminent cybersecurity firms. Lori Grenier, the queen of QVC, holds over 100 patents and has launched over 400 products, grossing over $500 million in sales. And Mark Cuban, renowned billionaire tech mogul and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank is a unique tool to make the most of a trendy fruit.
Greetings, Sharks. My name is Dave Goodman. I'm from New York City, and my company is called Cocoa Jack. I'm here asking for $125,000 in exchange for 10% of my company. Sharks, these are young Thai coconuts. They're enjoyed by hundreds of millions of people worldwide. There's just one little problem. That's how I usually get into them.
Oh my God, did you ever miss?
We get emails all the time from people who do. I know what you're saying. There's got to be an easier way, and now there is. Introducing the Cocoa Jack. Cocoa Jack opens young Thai coconuts safely in just a few seconds, no matter your size or strength. We've had about 1,000 people doing this, from 4-year-old kids to little old ladies, everyone in between. Just like that. And there you're in. Just takes a few seconds.
Can I try it then?
Of course, yeah.
You have to flip the hammer?
Yes, that's in the instructions. There you go. Who else wants to come and try it?
Sure. Give me a coconut, Dave.
Right, here you go. So the Cocoa Jack goes on top of the coconut like this. You want to hit it a few times.
Damn, Kevin! Come on, Kevin!
All right, down one. A little overkill. This we call cocoa therapy.
All right, let me try it.
And you're in. Yeah, that's fine. Give it one more for good luck in the front. Have you tried the coconuts before?
No.
You haven't?
No. Did I
Here's
try
a
it?
straw, of course.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Where do you get the coconuts like that?
They come like this from Thailand. It's a great question. Thai coconuts are the sweetest coconuts on earth. You can get them at any Asian market, most Mexican, Latino markets, international markets, and almost any Whole Foods or health food store. The best part of the coconut is actually the meat. And we have a stainless steel scoop tool as well that'll get all the meat out.
Is that your tool?
Yes, sir. This is a big selling point for the tool as well. All the meat's going to come out just like that in one piece.
That, to me, is more impressive than the first product.
What do you get in the Cocoa Jack package?
This is in the cocoa pack, and that
Okay.
comes in the burlap sack that should be over there in front.
Dave, I've heard that drinking excessive coconut water actually causes a laxative effect. Any truth to that?
I'm not a doctor, but yeah, I think there can be a cleansing effect.
Give another one to Barbara.
And it's very, very healthy for you,
It's
right, Dave?
extremely healthy. It's very hydrating, it's full of electrolytes.
It's very good. Sweet. Tastes like corn.
How does a guy like you come up with an idea of being in the coconut business, and where did you get that outfit in a town like New York? You don't make any sense to me.
I know, I'm a complicated guy, and I'm actually from New York City. I sold my apartment in New York 2.5 years ago to live full-time on the road. I bought 4 RVs and prep school raised. At 14 years old, I had a classical music conversion. I went to Juilliard as a percussionist, a composer. I was a conductor. And I went out to California. I started studying economics. I started studying mythology, politics, became a private pilot in Colorado.
This has something to do with coconuts.
I'm getting there. A friend of mine turned me on to a raw vegan diet, and coconuts were a big part of the regime. And I opened them all the time with my cleaver, and I said, there's got to be a better way to do this.
This is a very interesting story, but I've missed the part where I make the money.
Okay, so who is selling the Cocoa Jack right now?
Me. Primarily through our website.
What are your sales?
About $325,000 in 9 months.
And how much do you sell them for?
Average about $60.
What's your cost to make it?
Right now they're made in the USA, For these two, it was about 26.
Well, when this was a glimmer in your eye, from the first moment, how many years did it take you to go from glimmer to an actual product?
I had the idea about 12 years ago.
12 years to get your product off the ground.
Well, I wasn't trying for 12 years.
You weren't passionate enough to, like, dive in?
I was occupied with other things. I was passionate about other things at the time. Now, once I got into it, I thought, okay, I'm making this for 20,000, 50,000, maybe $1 million raw foodists in Venice Beach and Orange County. When I started doing customer development, people said, no, Dave, you don't understand. Every Thai restaurant, every Vietnamese restaurant, all the Pan Asian restaurants, they all sell coconuts.
I'm curious how organized you are.
Great question. I prefer creative thinking. I also believe in outsourcing stuff I'm not good at. I have 3 people who are bean counters, and they're very aggressive about that, and I'm not going to spend my energy doing
Time out. I want to get a word in here. Every time I've invested in an entrepreneur who wasn't organized or had a right-hand person that totally organized the business, guess what? They never deliver. And they spend my money so quickly and not so wisely. Okay.
That's a fair criticism.
So, for simply the reason of lack of organization, which I believe I'm right on, I have to be out.
Well, I have some good news for you.
Okay.
And I have some bad news for you. The good news is, I love it. I think that you have a market for this. It's got merit, it's useful, and you will sell them to some people.
Oh, yeah.
But to the bad news, I'm out. Because I don't think that you're going to have a big enough market for me to invest in it.
Dave, I really like the idea.
Thank you.
I mean, I love stuff that is obtuse, that is very unique, that is a little bit out there, kind of like you.
You think?
But I don't see the next step. I just don't see it. I'm out.
Okay, Dave, I've got a little story for you. This variety of coconut is prominent in Cambodia, where I grew up when I was young. My housekeepers back then used to take me to the market every morning, and I would watch in fascination with the mastery they had to carve it into this shape and then knock the top off, put a wooden straw in it, and that was my breakfast.
I love that.
So because I've had experience with the coconut and I feel the connection, I'll give you $125,000 for 50%.
50%?
Yeah.
$125,000 for 50%?
Correct, Robert.
Get the machete, Dave.
You're not a business agent, you're a product. There's a lot that can go wrong turning it into a business. I think I've made you a fair offer. I've given you $125,000 to become a partner. Has anybody else stepped up?
So, Dave, okay, so I like the idea. When people solve problems that nobody knew needed to be solved, industries are born.
Industries?
Shut up, Scooby-Doo. If I say, look, we can go after bars and restaurants, but we can't go after something else. Can you focus on one thing at a time?
Absolutely.
Do you have any debt in the company now?
It's about 13,000.
Okay, I'll make you an offer. I'll give you $125,000 structured as convertible debt with a 7% interest rate. What that means is I'm not going to ask you to pay me back initially, right? It's just going to stay in your books as debt.
Right.
If business goes great, we'll convert that to equity, and I'll just be an equity shareholder. What I want that to convert to is 25% of the company.
David, I just want you to understand one thing that with certainty. If things don't go well and you take on that convertible debt, your patent and the ownership of your product will revert to that convertible debt owner. Mine has no debt covenants. We're totally aligned, 100% aligned as partners.
But I do want to see if you'd be interested in going down to 20% for the equity conversion.
No.
Look, you take equity or you take debt?
One other thing just to add in.
Dave, you got to close the deal.
You have to decide. You're taking debt or equity. That's your decision, Dave.
I think you're the luckiest man in the world. I can't believe you have a single offer.
So what are you going to do, Dave?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
We got a deal?
We got a deal. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. We'll do this.
Coconut forever.
Right on. Later, guys. Thanks. You were awesome.
Good luck.
All right. It's been a long and winding journey. I've done all kinds of things in my life. I've been successful in all of them. And this is bringing me into the pure group of people who are master successful people like Mark. I'm really excited for that.
Next into the tank is a product designed to make an activity of the past more safe.
Hello, Sharks. My name is George Conway, and I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. My company's called Bedrider. I'm seeking $200,000 in exchange for 15% of my company. Sharks, riding in the back of a pickup truck. There is nothing better. The problem is, it's just not safe until now.
I love that accent.
Now keep in mind, I'm 53 years old, and this is not that bad.
Wow.
Just slide the system in the very back, pops in.
Do you have anything in there already that you're attaching it to?
There's 3 bolts that are underneath the truck. You have to drill some holes, and bolts are put
So
in.
you have to drill, in order to install these, you have to drill these holes.
Yes, sir. The bed rider system adds the convenient seating of an SUV to the role of a pickup truck, creating what we in the South like to call a truck UV. How cool is that? That's cool, isn't it?
A truck UV.
You think about it. You take an SUV right here, and this is the truck, and all of a sudden they're coming to an intersection, they crash. That's what you got. What is that?
Have you tested? Have you done crash testing?
Honestly, yes. I have done my own by accident. I was by accident. We went to a NASCAR race down in Atlanta.
Who's we, George?
My best friend Kerry, the actual inventor, and his 2 sons.
Whoa. You're not the inventor?
I am his best friend. I am the sales manager.
Wait a minute, I just want to hear what happened.
On the accident, the car got destroyed pretty good. Everybody was fine in the truck.
George, I see the skies raining down with litigation.
The flaw is everybody thinks it's illegal to ride in the back of a pickup.
I thought it was.
Quite frankly, it is. However, it is illegal to ride in the back of a pickup truck unrestrained. We've had it independently tested, and it meets and exceeds all federal guidelines. You are completely legal.
Every state?
Every state in the country.
Well, let's ask the obvious question. So, how much have you sold? How many states have you sold them in? How are you selling them?
I've sold 800 units so far on the internet.
Over what period of time were those sales?
4 years.
Wow, that's low. Where is the inventor? Why isn't he here?
The inventor, Kerry Hyde, has been my best friend since we were 7 years old. Kerry handles all of the operations. He gets the chairs assembled, gets them brought to our place in Atlanta. Then I'm the person in charge of all the sales.
Okay, so Kerry started the company and owns what percentage?
He owns 85% of the company.
But
Did you
you
get
have
the
the other
15%?
15%.
Yes, I have the
You own
50%.
50.
Yes.
The truth is, this business really can't support both of you or either one of you. Now, there's a huge industry selling aftermarket products to guys who have pickup trucks all over America. Why don't you have these available there?
Since I've come aboard 6 months ago, I've actually worked with an online company that's their biggest thing is truck accessories. In fact, we just signed a deal with them.
So, George, is that how you're going to grow the business? Is that how you're going to scale?
I have 5 different other ways that I'm going to grow this company. The first is I have 800 people who have vested in my company and bought my units from me. So basically, I'm calling all these customers and I'm offering them incentive to become my sales reps. They're going to get $100 for every sale that they make.
I love the way you sell, George. You are a good salesperson.
Where are you making these?
Everything is made in America. Frame is what we manufacture. We get the seats and the covers from Atlanta. We get the harnesses sent in from Michigan.
George, what's it cost you to make one?
$300. I sell them for $6.99 a set.
George, it's a great idea. But here's the problem. It's too expensive, my friend. It's too expensive. You got to be manufacturing this for like $100 to put it into wholesale at 300 in order to sell it at retail at 500 to 600.
Exactly.
So how are you going to do that?
How am I going to do it? I have the answer to that question, by the way.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I will buy 1,000 units. If I get $200,000, I will spend it and buy 1,000 units. And I will renegotiate, and I will bring my price down to $200 a unit.
You know, I worry about crashes and I worry about rollovers. For me, I can't get past that. So for that reason, I'm out.
I just want to let you know that my door is always open, so if you decide you want to come on back in, I'm here.
George, I want to hire you. You're in business. I just want to hire you.
Just love listening to you. You're great, but I want you, when you leave the tank, to take that truck and drive it off a cliff.
Mr. Wonderful, I really like you.
You're the only one.
I like you too.
But doors only open for so
I'm
long.
trying to save you. Hey, look, George, I'd like you to get rid of this thing so you can go sell something where you make a lot of money. I really would. However, on this particular idea, I'm out.
Okay, that's fine.
Guys, let me step in. I like the product. Love you. Look, you know better than anybody, it's a hugely cash-intensive business.
Absolutely.
Cash-intensive doesn't bother me when you're turning inventory a lot and it's very predictable.
Right.
but you have no idea when the next order is coming or what flow they're going to come. That means you're going to have to always have too much money sunk into inventory, which makes it far more difficult for me to get a return on my investment, and for those reasons, I'm out.
Okay, understand completely.
George, I think you did a good job today.
Great, I appreciate that.
I really like the product. I just don't see it replacing SUVs. I'm out.
All right.
For me, I think this is a phenomenal idea. Everything about it says fun, 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 and everything about it I associate with happy memories. My dad used to let 3 of his 10 kids hang off the back of his station wagon everywhere we went.
That's why there's only 3 left.
Let me mention one other thing. You're a 15% partner. We're not even talking to the majority shareholder, the guy who runs the business.
We've discussed this in great detail. I have full authority to make whatever decision is
But
made.
what about the million-dollar question, who's Carrie? I don't know who I'm buying into, so I'm out.
Okay.
Look, you got to tell Kerry he really screwed up.
Well,
No, you screwed up. You know why? Because you're the salesman and you should have known better. You should have thought of that objection, so obvious.
Yes.
I think it's an important lesson. And George, my offer stands. You, me, can of gas, a match.
I can't do that, boss. Thank y'all.
Take care.
I wish I'd had Carrie out there with me. I think if Carrie came out there, we would have nailed it.
Next up is a business poised to take advantage of the lucrative sorority market.
Wop wop, do do do, wop wop, do do do, wop. We hope the sharks take Frill.
I like it. I'm in.
Hi, I'm Sharon.
And I'm Kate.
And we are Frill.
We are asking for $100,000 for a 20% equity stake in our company.
Frill Clothing designs and produces custom recruitment clothing for sororities across the country and in Canada.
Recruitment is where potential new members rush various sororities across their college campus.
It's been a long-standing tradition for sororities to dress in unison during Rush Week. As a sorority girl myself, I was tired of buying expensive and unflattering clothing year after year.
In addition, multiple problems can arise from these bulk orders. Sororities generally don't know if the vendor has enough in stock for the entire chapter. The girls typically don't get to try on the pieces before ordering, thus causing fit issues. And worst of all, they don't know if another sorority at their school is going to be wearing the exact same outfit.
Oh,
the
no.
horror.
Frill solves all these problems. We come to each chapter individually, post fittings, and produce pieces for each sorority.
So what do you say, Shark?
Will you rush Frill?
I just want to get this right. You go to every sorority in the nation, theoretically, and say, listen, we're going to design a unique outfit for just you that shows your allegiance.
Is that true? Is it unique to every sorority?
It is unique to that chapter at that school, but we do have the same pieces at different chapters across the U.S.
How many are there in the United States?
There are 3,127 sorority chapters across the country and in Canada.
What would you charge for that particular dress for a sorority member?
This dress would go for between $100 and $120.
Custom made.
Well, each of our pieces is custom made, so it would cost about $120, but it depends on the number of girls in each sorority.
The idea to get every girl to buy the same dress so when they go to a function, they all look the same?
Can you please
Start from
explain
scratch.
how Rush
Start from
works?
scratch.
Yes, these sororities have different themed days. As the days go on, the outfits get more formal. So the first day they're wearing a t-shirt, but by the end of the week, they're wearing a formal dress like
Is
this.
the point that you feel like a team? You all look alike, you
Yes.
take pictures. So what is a skirt like this? What do you make it for, and then what does it cost?
That skirt costs $24 to produce, and it sells for between $60 and $70.
What are your
And do you
sales,
make
Kate?
them in America?
Absolutely.
What are your sales?
From launch, we've done just over $400,000 in sales.
Good for you.
But 2 of those years, we were full-time college students. Our first year in business, as juniors in college, we did $37,000 in sales and started the company with only $500. Last
Wow.
year, as seniors in college, we did $149,000 in sales.
What is the lead time to order?
We take orders from February to May,
What percentage of your sales come in that short period of time?
about 70%.
Whoa.
But we also have a bridal division. We started our bridal division in January of 2013 when our picture went viral on social media. Within a month, we literally had hundreds of bridal parties contacting us, begging to make these outfits for their bridesmaids.
So a typical girl in a rush week would buy 7 dresses or 7 outfits from you.
They spend about $500 for Rush.
You're killing it, yeah.
These girls will buy from us 4 years in a row. And then, once they graduate, they'll come back to us for their bridesmaid outfits.
Tell me about your competition.
We have one direct competitor, and then we have big box competitors just like J. Crew and Lily Pulitzer.
And you design them custom, so you get to say this is yours, and you don't know who you're going to run into that has the same thing from J. Crew.
What do you need the money for?
To ramp up production so that we can increase our margins by paying less per piece.
Guys, let me get things rolling here. Of everybody here, I'm probably the only one who has experience selling to sororities. When I was in school, I used to go sorority house to sorority house and offer my services to teach dance, line dances and different dances.
Come on,
and
are
I
you
used to
serious?
make $25 an hour. I made a killing. It was the best thing ever. What you've done is very impressive. And you're smart, you're doing all the right things. But despite my many years of experience, I don't think I'm the best fit for you. And so, I'm out.
You know what? I'd like to give you an offer. I'd like to give you your $100,000, but for a third of the business.
So valuing your business, you came in for $500,000. She's offering you a $300,000 valuation.
Does anyone else have an offer?
Hey, look, I like it. I'm going to make the same offer.
You can't even entertain that for a moment because he'd scare everybody away.
No, he's
no
great.
one wants him in your business.
I think
made you a valid
my
offer. What do
biggest
you think
fan
about
base
that?
is out there in the sororities. They love Mr. Wonderful.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You're their favorite.
I love it. This is all about big fish, little pond. I love this market because if you can capture it, you're going to dominate a niche market. I love it. More than that, love you guys. I mean, to be this young and this level-headed and have such a great strategy, it's impressive.
Thank you.
I can help you grow the business. I will give you exactly what you came in asking for. $100,000 for 20%. Do we have a deal?
Wait.
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 No.
While we're
Yes
selling,
or no?
While we're
Yes or
selling,
no?
Kate and Sharon have 3 offers for their custom sorority recruitment clothing business, Frill. Barbara and Kevin have both offered $100,000 for 33%, but Robert has complicated matters by offering them exactly what they asked for.
I will give you $100,000 for 20%. Do we have a deal?
Wait.
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 No.
While we're
Yes
selling,
or no?
While we're
Yes or
selling,
no?
hold on.
Yes or no?
Wait a second.
You don't
Do you
have
want
to
to hear more or
answer.
not?
He's not
I'm
going
not going to
anywhere.
negotiate with the other guys. You
Think
came in
about,
looking
let
for
me ask you
$100,000 for
something.
20%.
Let me ask you something. You don't have to
I'd
negotiate.
make you an offer, but I think Robert would have a heart attack. He wants it so
What is
badly.
there to think about? $100,000 for 20%.
Do you want to hear more
It's
or
what
not?
you were
Guys.
asking for.
Kevin,
Barbara made you an offer, $100,000.
Boy, we're gonna modify our offer.
We're modifying our
We're
offer.
going in
Kevin.
together. You'll get
Oh.
2 sharks for the price of 1. And when you have 2 sharks, that changes the whole game.
let me mention one other thing. There's a business I invested in last season called Grace and Lace, which by far has been the most successful business selling anything in the design space. They went from less than $1 million in sales to $7 million in sales. I helped source their socks, got them at a cheaper price. I introduced them to the biggest supplier in New York City. I've advised them on what to go for, what not to go for. They're brilliant people.
They're brilliant
But let me
just like
tell
you guys
something.
are.
I work that business and they lean on me. You ain't gonna get that from Robert.
I like 2 sharks on this one.
Well,
you need to accelerate, and you need to get every campus. The opportunities now, we're both going to work very hard to make that happen.
And
I'm
I'll
going to be
keep 'em on
focused
a
on...
leash.
It's Barbara and Kevin
There's a lot of
for
talk over there.
$100,000 at 33%. And then you have Robert, $100,000 at 20%, which is just what you came in asking for. What are you going to do?
Would you guys be willing to take it down to 30%?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then we want you to join Frill.
I'm going back to school.
Welcome to the sorority.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. I think I'm in shock. And we started with nothing. This is the American dream right here.
In season 5, Damon John offered to mentor Mosiah Bridges, an 11-year-old fashion designer with a handmade bow tie business.
In 1989, I was offered $10,000 for 40% of my company. I'm glad I didn't take that money. I strongly suggest you don't take on investors at this time.
Let's see what they're up to now.
I didn't get a deal on Shark Tank, but I got something much better.
Shamika, Mo, how you doing? Bringing in for a family hug?
A mentorship with my fashion idol, Damon John.
This factory is going to help get Mo's bows all around the world.
Before Shark Tank, we only had $55,000 in sales. Now, 7 months after Shark Tank, we've reached almost $200,000 in sales. We need a manufacturer more than ever, and we knew Damon could help us out.
This is Robert from Robert Stewart.
Hey, Mo, how are you?
I found Mo the perfect manufacturer, Robert Stewart, a manufacturer that's been hand-making ties for 100 100 years. This is good old American manufacturing. Good old made in the USA. That's right.
Being made by hand and being made in America are very important to me. You want people to know that you stand behind your tie, and it helps keep jobs in the economy.
This is what you do at home. Now, you do it in a factory. We had to find a manufacturer that can meet the demand and stay true to Mo's mission. It's a perfect match. This has been amazing. Thank you for showing us the factory.
Pleasure.
One of the most exciting things that happened to Mo's Bows is the CEO of Neiman Marcus personally reached out to us. She wanted to do a test of Mo's Bows in Neiman Marcus. Neiman Marcus is the gold standard of luxury retail stores. Designers spend all their lives attempting to get here, and Mo has done it at 13 years old. You do well, you could be in every Neiman Marcus in the world.
Seeing my bow ties in Neiman Marcus makes me feel like I arrived. Since coming on Shark Tank, everything has changed in my life.
Now it's my turn. Let's do some shopping.
Okay.
I made some amazing deals on Shark Tank, but this mentorship is special to me. I was mentored by great people. I'm trying to pay it forward, and he's making me proud every single day.
And this is my husband, Jason Varsosky, and we live in Amherst, New Hampshire, with our 5-year-old twins, Abby and Emma. After we were married, Jason and I decided that we were going to start a family. We had trouble conceiving. We ended up going to fertility treatments, and our twins were born, and they're the light of our lives. I think my light bulb moment was in the middle of the night trying to feed 2 babies at one time. I was having a real hard time getting the babies positioned, and I just couldn't find anything that was working. And so I think it's just out of necessity that you end up coming up with something. When the girls were young, Jason and I got a phone call that they were having layoffs at our company. We lost everything.
Scary.
It was very scary, and we needed money. And that's when we decided to take a leap of faith. Do you like the light pink or do you like the darker pink? There's so many moms of twins. It's really a growing population of babies.
We've reached the point where we need some guidance and some financial assistance to really get this thing to take off.
We know we have a perfect product for a growing market, and we can bring a little comfort to families of twins everywhere. Hi, my name's Michelle.
And I'm her husband, Jason.
Our company is the Twinsy Pillow.
We are seeking $75,000 in exchange for 10% share in our company.
Sharks, did you know that it can take a mom of multiples over 12 hours a day to feed her babies? One infant feeds 30 to 45 minutes at a time, 12 times a day, and that's double for twins. When I had my twins, I searched and searched for something to help me feed the babies, but I couldn't find anything that was comfortable or fit my body. So I took my mom's 30-year-old sewing machine and came up with the first Twinsy pillow. This is how the Twinsy pillow works.
Sharks. A Twinsy pillow is the first pillow designed specifically for moms of multiples. As you can see here, mom can bottle feed or breastfeed 2 babies at one time, cutting those feeding times in half, leaving mom an extra 6 hours in her day.
And the Twinsy pillow has a very unique back support system, unlike any other pillow on the market. No more hunching over with neck and back pain for mom. So Sharks will help you double your money if you join our
Double Trouble, Twintastic, Twinsy Pillow Team.
Michelle, why wouldn't 2 pillows work here?
Well, between propping up with your back and propping up on the sides, and the babies roll off, there's a lot of logistics that go into having 2 infants.
And also, what's great about this pillow is pregnant moms, before they've even had the babies, they sit in it like a chair, because there's a lot of back pain when you're pregnant.
My great concern about this concept is we have to find parents with twins, which is some subset of the population that happen to be having babies.
In the United States, there's 135,000 twins born every year.
All right, what have you sold, Michelle?
This year, we're on track to do 510.
510,000.
Really?
Yep.
Year to date, we're 300,000.
How long have you been in business?
2.5 years.
What does it sell for?
$99.99.
Whoa.
How much does it cost you to make one?
$29.
What do you think you'll sell next year?
1.2 to 1.5 million.
Wow, you're very confident.
I think that's an estimate. Based on our sales, we double every 9 months.
All right, so how'd you come up with this?
My husband and I both got laid off at our corporate jobs, and
what did you used to do?
We were both in pharmaceutical sales.
Yeah. So when we lost our jobs, we had no cars, we had no phones, we had nothing. So I went to washing cars for a friend of mine while I was looking for work, and all her friends kept coming over and saying, "You should really patent that pillow." And she goes, "This is a great time. I'm going to stay on with the girls."
Good for you, because there's going to be people watching at home that are in similar circumstances thinking, if I only knew somebody, if I only had capital available. You didn't know anybody, you put it all on the line, and you went for it. That's the American dream, and that's exactly why we do the show.
Did you say where you're manufacturing?
We manufacture in the U.S. The pillows are made in Georgia. The covers are made in Massachusetts right now.
So how many prototypes did you go through, and tell me about the process?
I took my mom's sewing machine.
Did your mom help you sew them?
No, unfortunately, my mom, she had passed away by the time.
I'm sorry.
Right before the girls
were born, we had gone through a lot of IVF treatments, and we had
a lot of losses.
We had a lot of losses. And I just said, can't do this anymore. It was literally the lowest time of my life. Come to find out that my mom, after having MS for 35 years, was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Sorry.
So we said, you know, if we have one chance of her meeting her grandchild, we'd try it one more time. And so we did. And
you got pregnant with Abby and Emma. Now
yeah.
they're 5.
She made it to see them. She lived a great, wonderful 4 months. And I kept her sewing machine.
You guys are amazing entrepreneurs, right?
Thank you.
You guys are the American dream and deserve everything that you've earned.
Thank you.
But it's just not a fit for what I do. And so for that reason, I'm out.
All right.
Thank you for your time, Mark.
Thank you
for the kind words.
Oh, no, you earned it.
Thank you.
Jason, I'm curious to see what you're going to do with the money.
So, big box retailer called us about 2 weeks ago. Bye Bye Baby. They said they'd like to start it out online, but probably bring it into the store.
You know, sometimes when you have a very niche-oriented product like this, going into general retail isn't always...
Right.
I mean, I hate to say no to orders, but I got to tell you, if I'm making good money, 26, selling it for 99, and your customers are finding you, I don't know if going to retail is the right approach.
I don't know if I agree with that. I can easily see this in a mass market like Walmart.
No, I don't think so.
Easily.
No.
Why not?
See, I agree with Barb. I think you should be everywhere you can be.
I think you're wrong.
I think
I don't
that's a
see why
mistake.
you would hold it back. You can sell it on your website, but you can also be in retailers. You're going to double or triple your money.
All right, guys, look, I'll give you an offer. But 10% does not get me excited about equity at all. So the way I look at it is, I'll give you $75,000. I want a $10 royalty until I'm paid back $225,000. So 3 times on my money, then my royalty goes away. And to initiate this relationship, I want 2.5% equity.
That's called a pact with the devil.
$10 off of each sale?
Yes.
What happens after you get your $225?
It's gone.
Then
you don't pay me
your
anything.
children.
Well, actually, I'm going to do something I've never done. I'm going to make a royalty offer. After 6 seasons, I've learned how they work from Kevin. I'll give you the $75,000. I want the same $10 per unit, but I only want to get paid back twice the amount, as opposed to Kevin's 3 times. So at $150,000, and the same 2.5% for equity. That's my offer, similar to Kevin's, but obviously much better.
Right.
No offer from the ladies, and Mark's out.
Well, I think you should put their deals in your mental shredder. Ron.
I would agree with that one.
So, here's my offer.
One shark is out. Michelle and Jason have 2 offers on the table for their breastfeeding pillow for twins, Twinsy. But Lori also seems interested.
I would like to offer you $150,000. I'm going to interestingly also want a royalty.
Whoa!
A $5 royalty.
Kevin's getting contagious here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he's rubbing off. Once I'm paid back the $150, then I'll take a 5% equity stake because I want to have skin in the game. I have a great relationship with Bye Bye Baby, and I think that you should be everywhere. Why not?
I respect Lori's offer, but I'd like to compete with the offer.
Okay.
I'm going to give you $75,000, but I must ask you 20% of the business. But I'd like to explain to you why. When I've been involved in a 10% ownership with any of the businesses, as much as I love my entrepreneurs, after a while, that 10% looks smaller and smaller as I'm working my buns off to push that business ahead. So now I like to plan for the long haul. To Lori's point about getting in retail, I wholeheartedly agree. What's wrong with the guy's presentation about just keeping it online is all the joy of building a business is to dream and see how far you could go.
What are you talking
Why would you want
about?
to eliminate most of the universe?
Barbara, you're very confused because you keep forgetting retail's at half the margin and then you have the capital
You know what's
tied up
key
in retail.
No, you
You're
know
tying up capital in retail.
I can provide that funding.
But you took a shot at my deal and you have to pay the price for that.
Your deal is robbery.
So look, as a matter of fact, how would you like to have 2 sharks instead of 1 noisy one? I'm going to propose to Robert right now that he comes into my deal under the same terms that I originally proposed, so I'm not competing with myself. Now you have 2 sharks.
Kevin, I like the offer. Obviously, it's richer than mine, so why wouldn't I like it? But call a spade a spade. It's not as good as Lori's offer. We're going to have to up the money.
Lori's a single
Besides,
sharkette.
he
We're
totally
2 sharks.
doesn't see
There's
that a
2
man
sharks.
with money is no match for a woman on a mission.
What I'm suggesting, Kevin, is we go with terms of your offer.
Yes.
We simply bump the money to $75,000 each.
Done.
Kevin and I are going to offer $150,000 in total, $10 off every pillow. Once we're paid back, times 3, it converts to 2.5% equity.
Michelle and Jason, can I say what is wrong with all of the deals on the table other than mine? There's not enough skin in the game. And you're the principals of the business. Whatever you don't feel comfortable with, fine, I roll over. But what I can give to you, which is tremendously important, is a long-term partnership.
Which is what I would give you too.
Because you're talking about being capital constrained at all, royalty deals make no sense whatsoever. So from your position, though,
he's absolutely wrong. I put my heart
from your position, though, guys, negotiate.
You can talk to all my entrepreneurs too. Yada, 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 yada,
part of their family. We're one big family. I'm changing my deal because Kevin's just so aggravated.
Let's hear it.
You know, Barb, you want to go in with me? So 75,000, 20%.
You know what I'm going to do? I could be wrong here. I'm going to go in alone.
Okay, my offer is this: 75,000, and I'll ask for a 20% equity stake.
Wait, that's the same thing
I have matched Barbara's offer.
All right, let's just recap. Both Barbara and Lori have suggested $75,000 for 20% and a journey into the dark retail hell that we spoke of. The other, from Robert and I, we're going to give you $150,000 against a $10 royalty until we get back each $225,000, which is 3 times on our money, and we're only taking from the business 2.5% equity, which I think is very fair, actually. You've heard the merits for both sides. Now make a decision.
Okay, so would you guys be willing to go $75,000 for 15%? Sorry.
You're saying you want us together?
I think we both see the value in, obviously, both of you.
You know what? Something about 7.5% doesn't get me going in the morning.
We work hard. We put our hearts and souls.
Would either of you consider doing that alone? We've really worked hard. We have no debt on the books.
What if you got both of us at 20%?
Yeah, I'll do it at 15%.
All right. I'll do it at 15%.
Whoa, Michelle, you snake.
Wow, very clever, Jason.
What if Robert and I knocked down, instead of making 3 times on our money, we only made 2 times, and we only took 2.5% equity, and you get 2 sharks?
And we're going to drop our royalty from $10 to $7.50.
So a total of $300,000 back.
Yes.
Right.
Guys, you got to make a decision.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Laurie, you have a deal.
I really wanted it. Thank you.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We went with Lori because Lori has so much passion.
Really feels like she really wants to grow the company.
Yeah, you can tell that she wants to partner with us.
Next time on Shark Tank.
Hi again, Sharks. He's back.
You're amazing. I'm very impressed.
The power of Shark Tank.
I think it's the power of you.
That's cool.
You understand the offers. 20 million valuation, 13 million.
You are not investing based on today's valuation.
Why not?
That's not the way it works.
No, that's crap.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
I will give you $150,000 for 20%. No, I'm serious.
I'm serious too. No, not happening.
Oh, my God.
Amazing, heart-pounding stories of real survival. In an instant, series premiere starts now. Tonight,
You guys are the American dream, and that's exactly why we do this show.
a special episode featuring products all made in America.
How cool is that?
That's cool. In the tank, entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their business.
Damn, Kevin! Come on!
Down more. If the Sharks hear a great idea,
Hallelujah!
they'll invest their own money.
I like it. I'm in.
And fight each other for a deal.
I will give you exactly what you came in asking for. Do we have a deal?
Wait.
Wait.
Okay, I'll make you an offer.
Wait.
No.
Shut up, Scooby-Doo.
You know what, Barb? You want to go in with me?
I'm going to go in alone. And you know what? I'll do it at 15%.
I'll do it at 15%.
Whoa.
Who are the Sharks? They're self-made business experts worth billions. Kevin O'Leary is a shrewd venture capitalist who made his fortune selling a children's educational company for over $4 billion. Barbara Corcoran went from waiting tables in Manhattan to building the city's premier $2 billion real estate empire. Robert Herjavec, son of an immigrant factory worker, founded one of the world's preeminent cybersecurity firms. Lori Grenier, the queen of QVC, holds over 100 patents and has launched over 400 products, grossing over $500 million in sales. And Mark Cuban, renowned billionaire tech mogul and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank is a unique tool to make the most of a trendy fruit.
Greetings, Sharks. My name is Dave Goodman. I'm from New York City, and my company is called Coco Jack. I'm here asking for $125,000 in exchange for 10% of my company. Sharks, these are young Thai coconuts. They're enjoyed by hundreds of millions of people worldwide. There's just one little problem. That's how I usually get into them.
Oh my God, trip or miss?
We get emails all the time from people who do. I know what you're saying. There's got to be an easier way, and now there is. Introducing the Coco Jack. Coco Jack opens young Thai coconuts safely in just a few seconds, no matter your size or strength. We've had about 1,000 people doing this, from 4-year-old kids to little old ladies, everyone in between. Just like that. And there you're in. Just takes a few seconds.
Can I try it then?
Of course, yeah.
You have to flip the hammer?
Yes, that's in the instructions. There you go. Who else wants a coconut? Sure.
Give me a coconut, Dave.
Right, here you go. So the Coco Jack goes on top of the coconut like this. You want to hit it a few times. Damn, Kevin! Come on, Kevin! All right, down one. A little overkill. This we call coco therapy.
All right, let me try it.
And you're in, yeah. That's fine. Give it one more for good luck in the front. Have you tried these coconuts before?
No.
You haven't?
No, that's right.
Straw, of course.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So I have a question. Where do you get the coconuts like that?
They come like this from Thailand. It's a great question. Thai coconuts are the sweetest coconuts on earth. You can get them at any Asian market, most Mexican, Latino markets, international markets, and almost any Whole Foods or health food store. The best part of the coconut is actually the meat. And we have a stainless steel scoop tool as well that'll get all the meat out.
Is that your tool?
Yes, sir. This is a big selling point for the tool as well. All the meat's going to come out just like that in one piece.
That, to me, is more impressive than the first product.
What do you get in the Coco Jack package?
This is in the Coco pack, and that comes in the burlap sack that should be over there in front.
Dave, I've heard that drinking excessive coconut water actually causes a laxative effect. Any truth to that?
I'm not a doctor, but yeah, I think there can be a cleansing effect.
Give another one to Barbara.
And it's very, very healthy for you, right, Dave?
It's extremely healthy. It's very hydrating. It's full of electrolytes.
It's very good. Sweet. Tastes like corn.
How does a guy like you come up with an idea of being in the coconut business, and where did you get that outfit in a town like New York? You don't make any sense to me.
I know, I'm a complicated guy, and I'm actually from New York City. I sold my apartment in New York 2.5 years ago to live full-time on the road. I bought 4 RVs and prep school raised. At 14 years old, I had a classical music conversion. I went to Juilliard as a percussionist, a composer. I was a conductor. And I went out to California. I started studying economics. I started studying mythology, politics, became a private pilot in Colorado.
This has something to do with coconuts.
I'm getting there. A friend of mine turned me on to a raw vegan diet, and coconuts were a big part of the regime. And I opened them all the time with my cleaver, and I said, there's got to be a better way to do this.
This is a very interesting story, but I've missed the part where I make the money.
Okay, so who is selling the Coco Jack right now?
Me. Primarily through our website.
What are your sales?
About $325,000 in 9 months.
And how much do you sell them for?
Average about $60.
What's your cost to make it?
Right now they're made in the USA. For these two, it was about $26.
Well, when this was a glimmer in your eye, from the first moment, how many years did it take you to go from glimmer to an actual product?
I had the idea about 12 years ago.
12 years to get your product off the ground.
Well, I wasn't trying for 12 years.
You weren't passionate enough to, like, dive in?
I was occupied with other things. I was passionate about other things at the time. Once I got into it, I thought, okay, I'm making this for 20,000, 50,000, maybe $1 million raw foodists in Venice Beach and Orange County. When I started doing customer development, people said, no, Dave, you don't understand. Every Thai restaurant, every Vietnamese restaurant, all the Pan-Asian restaurants, they all sell coconuts.
I'm curious how organized you are.
Great question. I prefer creative thinking. I also believe in outsourcing stuff I'm not good at. I have 3 people who are bean counters, and they're very aggressive about that, and I'm not going to spend my energy doing
Time out. One good word in here. Every time I've invested in an entrepreneur who wasn't organized or had a right-hand person that totally organized the business, guess what? They never deliver. And they spend my money so quickly and not so wisely. Okay.
That's a fair criticism.
So, for simply the reason of lack of organization, which I believe I'm right on, I have to be out.
Well, I have some good news for you.
Okay.
And I have some bad news for you. The good news is, I love it. I think that you have a market for this. It's got merit, it's useful, and you will sell them to some people.
Oh, yeah.
But to the bad news, I'm out. Because I don't think that you're going to have a big enough market for me to invest in it.
Dave, I really like the idea.
Thank you.
I mean, I love stuff that is obtuse, that is very unique, that is a little bit out there, kind of like you.
You think?
But I don't see the next step. I just don't see it. I'm out.
Okay, Dave, I've got a little story for you. This variety of coconut is prominent in Cambodia, where I grew up when I was young. My housekeepers back then used to take me to the market every morning, and I would watch in fascination with the mastery they had to carve it into this shape and then knock the top off, put a wooden straw in it, and that was my breakfast.
I love that.
So because I've had experience with the coconut and I feel the connection, I'll give you $125,000 for 50%.
50%?
Yeah, $125,000 for 50%.
Correct, Robert.
Get the machete, Dave.
You're not a business agent, you're a product. There's a lot